Mabrika, welcome to this our second session of Let's Talk Taíno. I'm Priscilla Colon, co-founder and creative here at Casa Areyto. Now, if you joined me last time, you know that here at Casa Areyto, our mission is to promote the Taíno language and culture. We also went through a brief history of the Taíno language and people. Now, today we're going to have a little fun. We're going to start learning the Taíno alphabet. So let's get started. Now, before we continue, I have to let you know there's no standard writing system. There's no organization, let's say like Merriam-Webster or Oxford Dictionary, that says this is what Taino should be. You're also going to find, like I mentioned, there are many different words for the same things. So this happens in English as well. So if you're in one part of the country, you may hear pop or soda or cola. They all mean the same thing. Another thing you may notice is as we're studying Taino, you'll see some accent marks on vowels, and that's going to show you where you should emphasize a word. So let's start with the vowels. So the letter A in Taino makes the A sound, as in the word ana, which means flower. And if you're a history buff and you know something about the Dominican Republic, you know that there was a famous chiefess named Ana Gaona, and that means golden flower. Okay, so the letter E makes an E sound, as in café, which means coffee. The I sound makes the E sound, as in bibi, which means mother. The O makes a O sound, as in Taíno, which means good people. And I have a whole other video on the meaning of Taíno as well, so wait for that. And the U sound makes the U sound, as in wa, which means no. So let's take a look at the consonants. The letter B is B, as in baba, which means father. And if you speak Arabic, you know that baba means father too. So we've got a link right there. D, dak, which means I or me. The F, fotuto, and that is a shell that was used as a trumpet. Now, the F sound is very uncommon in Taino, but you may hear it in words that are borrowed from other languages. So we're including it in the alphabet. The G makes G, and that is the sound found in Gui, which means sun. The J makes a H sound, and that is found in han, which means yes. And the K, K, as in garaya, which means moon. The L, as in liren, which means fruit. The M, as in maina, which means garden. The N, as in ni, which means water. P, as in arepa, which means corn cake. And arepas are eaten in many places in Latin America. The R, as in areyto, and that is a ceremonial dance and celebration. That is where we get the name of Casa Areyto. S, as in siba, which means rock. T, ture, which means sky. W, wuchi, which is insect. The X has two sounds. One of them is ch, as in choreto. That means a lot. And the other sound is X, and the X has that x sound when it appears at the end of a word, such as Amanex, which was the name of a chief in the Dominican Republic. The Y, just like in English, it has two sounds. One is y, when it is paired with a vowel that comes after it, as in the word you, which means the color white. Now, when the letter Y comes after a letter such as E or A, it has an E sound, as in ture, sky. The same thing happens in English. You can have a Y that sounds like y in yo-yo, or E as in hey. Now the letter Z can have a couple of sounds. Some people pronounce it as s, because a lot of Spanish spoken Latin America uses the s sound for Z. Some people pronounce it more like Z, and that's a much older sound for the Z. And a word in Taíno that has a Z sound is zunzun, and zunzun is a type of hummingbird found in Cuba. There are also two other special sounds in Taíno, one of which is sh, as in kashi, which means month. And that is the only time that you'll see the H in a Taíno word. It's when it's paired with an S to make the sh sound. And one last sound that you'll find is the combination of the letters N and Y, which makes the ny sound. This is the same sound as in the word España, ny. And that is because a lot of the Taíno words we'll be using may be borrowed from the Spanish as well. So you will hear this ny sound in the word Españolat, which means Spain. So that is it for all of the Taíno alphabet. Now that you know the sounds as we go through some of our upcoming videos, instead of feeling like, I don't really know what you're saying, you'll be able to understand the words clearly and pronounce them clearly. So stay tuned for our next video, where we're going to be actually starting with some basic phrases so you can start speaking more fluently in Taíno. Until next time, thank you again for joining us on this journey to rediscover and reintroduce the Taíno language and culture to the world. Thank you again.